What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Anno 2070. I did just go shopping from Trenchcoat while I loaded in the game and let kind of the things stabilize. We made a few changes. We'll get into those in a second. But from Trenchcoat, we bought a couple things that were interesting. We got a emergency organization plan that makes oil rigs less likely to have accidents. That I want to put into place. Looks like we already have two of them. That will be our second, which is not terrible. Useful to have. We also got a basalt probe that we're going to use on our mainland island to make sure we have more basalt available. But the big thing here is we got a low wage regulations that improves all buildings and reduces their maintenance cost by 8%, which sounds awesome. Which we're going to go ahead and turn into our hub here where we can actually engage that. Sorry, can we just get you away from here and actually put that into place? It's a sector-wide thing.
Production breakdown.
Yeah, there's like a 2-star, 3-star, 1-star. So 1-star. And that generates us a ton of income and will save our expenses a ton here. Find a taxi. On Aurelia? Okay. Right there. Now we'll deliver our taxi. And go about our day. Oh, we have an iron probe here. And we'll come and drop it off. And she's got a lot of these little,
No time to chat. You have to work hard.
cargo liners available.
Are you smiling because you completed the quest? But the case isn't closed yet.
8 tons of copper. Okay. So grab some copper. And while we wait for this, by the way, all of our guys here are upgrading. The changes I made is I added 2 more of the energy drink producing plants because we were running low on the drinks. So we'll need to keep an eye on it to see if our coffee and sugar beets keep up. But I think we have more than enough there, so hope it will be all right. Should be able to grab some copper from here. That should be more than enough. Let's go down on the north. Automated sewage plant, cool. How does one search the island? Okay, didn't yield any results there. And we have Vector.
Back already? All done? This job was made for you.
Gotta find 8 searchlights. That's very annoying. Let's go over it. I always struggle with this. Let's go down. I kind of hate this mission. There we go.
Don't tell me. You made it. Perfect. Hopefully things will go just as smoothly next time.
Next part of the mission, we need to deliver 12 tons of iron. We should have that over here. We stopped selling. Yeah, and so we have iron in spades. Run over here. Let's get 12 tons of iron. Not the oil. You can have the oil back. You can have the copper too, but we want 12 tons of iron. That's way more. There we go. We get back to her, and we get something, a licensed software. I don't know what that means. We'll take a look at it.
Back not bad. I was beginning.
Oh. Raise licenses over a certain period of time. Let's go and just drop that off in our nearest warehouse and do that right away. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, drop that off, activate it, and there we go. Cool. We're up to 77,000 income again. I'm hoping...
The people are demanding that you finally take action on this matter.
We do have the residences allowed to advance. Need 8 more of the researcher residences to upgrade, which will take a little bit. And once we have that, the only thing keeping us from upgrading next is getting information. Luckily, we do have the plan for the information building. It can go right here, and that's going to cover everything that we have. And all it takes is a little bit more carbon, which is really our slowest resource to grow. So while we wait for that, let's look at Tycoons. Tycoon needs casinos, and they need their public services. I want to put this on a different island. I don't feel like we have the space here to really do it justice. I mean, we could fit a lot of it over here, but I don't know. I'd want to just throw them on their own place and we can deal with anything. Question is, what islands? So you have coffee and vegetables. Over here we have wheat, corn. I don't know why I said corn like that. Could put them over here. Would have space, and we claimed it already. Any cool, like, ground features I'd want? Like, this place is awesome. I just would have to, you know, kill her to take it, which I don't think we want to do.
Warning. Production breakdown.
And we can ignore most of those production breakdowns. But let's go and snag some stuff. And let's make sure we have a cargo liner set up for us here. All of you. We want to go and grab all of you, and all of you. We're going to come and claim this area over here. We'll just build our Tycoon City right in the gap right there. Okay. Work loves to follow me home, and that's a terrible feeling, so let me just ignore those messages for a little bit. Alright, so what we want to do with this liner here is we're just going to quite literally make a route that's going to come to our cities here. We're going to load up production goods and make sure they get shipped to our new city that we're founding. Because I think we're going to leave most of our mainland over here untouched. And I don't want to play the... I don't want to ferry things over right now. We can do it eventually, but for now, we'll just automate it and make sure it's not going to be a problem for us. And then here is, we want to offload this, and offload these two as well. And our ship is going to be our new liner, the Salamander. Okay, so this is our space. Gonna want to get just access to it and expand it. We'll just run a line all the way out. I want to see what happens if we get access to the missile part, mainly. Is my next thing to check out here. And our settlement is going to just be like right here, right in the middle. And we'll build that when we can, but let's first see if we can get rid of this missile part that's absolutely destroying our ecology bonus, because even though the Tycoons don't mind as much for the ecology, permanently damaged. Interesting. So I need to use like a ozone maker or something. Okay, let's check over here and see how far we are away from getting access to researchers, which we need to get the next tier of stuff and start doing cleanup. But this may or may not be cursed. But it's the tycoons, right? So their whole gimmick is they don't care about the environment. So we're going to put that to the test. I think this is the same kind of setup we had on our main island. What do we do there?
You sure know what you're doing.
We do a 4 on the sides. Okay, let's just kind of freehand it here. It was not directly in the sides. It's a gap, and then it's in the sides. Yeah.
Building selection expanded.
So gap, and then space, and then another gap. And that's the same on both sides. It is 4, right? Yeah. And some of these will be destroyed as we discover needs for goods here. And you're going to ask for food and other things, which we will just produce here. And they start with coal power.
Warning.
Interesting.
Need for community not met.
Rotary excavators used to excavate anywhere.
Construction opportunities expanded.
Oh, and they really don't like the eco balance. Cool, so they do care. They do care a little bit, so let's go and get them access
Attention.
to
Population leaving the city.
some of these.
Energy supply inadequate.
And to grant power to them, we are going to rely eventually on solar, but for now we'll just use our offshore.
Food supply inadequate.
Going to require a lot of offshore.
Alert. Crime rate has reached critical level.
Oh, it's Aurelia that's having crime. Where's the crime?
Remember, we're counting on you.
We need to have really high eco balance here. Well, let's just throw out a plus 100. We already built one of the damn things. Let's build another.
Eco balance. Values rising.
Cost 60. How much does the normal one cost? 18. This is so much more worthwhile. Actually, costs 110. I'm completely wrong there. Let's throw one normal weather generator here. Just like off in the corner.
It's been a long time since I last saw environment.
Cool. Go ahead and drop this stuff off. Bam. Some of these are now ruins. We will fix them. We're gonna need access to a couple of things. First, we're gonna need access to fish. We can just, 4 of those. This guy, we want to just make more of you.
Registering inactive black smoker. Starting resource scan. Eco balance. Values rising.
Okay. Here comes your food. The ruins regrow. And we can place more. That's for a fire station, if I remember correctly. we'll only build that when the need comes. Cool. These guys will slowly move in once that's all.
Building selection expanded.
Back
I'm gonna
up
head
there.
out before the authorities show up.
So it gets distillery, 2 rice patties, and gets drinks. So we need to get a rice plantation. I do believe we have access to rice over here. I don't need to grow it on the thing we already have rice at. If we have the fertility, might as well use it. I think we did have seeds for one of those stored somewhere. No, we don't. Maybe we have to import the rice. But we have ample production. We'll just need to ship it back over here, which we're expecting. A lot of mines. You have access to what should be like rams. Purchase an academy. Okay, well, if we got that, I would save me a lot of money on like here and other places. It's a laboratory. How do we get the academy? This is the research building. And that's what... So you need the public thing for that. Okay. Well, how close are you to getting... Okay, you've now maxed out your residences, so we should stockpile. First thing we want to build is this. And we have the active converter for a black smoker, which is nice. I do want to get an academy too, but first we'll build this, and then we'll see about where we're going to place some academies. Might need like 1. In fact, I'm thinking we'll just do like probably end up destroying the space to open up room there. In fact, let's do it now since these guys are all not upgraded. It's gonna take a while, huh? They both cost a lot. Okay, well, back over here. Let's finish building out our city. And we'll deal with our needs as they arise. So after that, we do like a little square on each side. You have crime over here, huh?
Warning. Need for community not met.
Ah. Let's fix that. Just throw this over here. Here we do 2 little squares.
Registering decrease in crime.
Why do I feel like this is uneven? It's not. Okay. And we connect the squares, right? Yeah, it's a big block of houses all the way to the opposite square. Cool. Do those blocks go for multiple, or are they just like Oh yeah, there's 3 blocks of them. Okay. Of course, we'll probably have to tear stuff down, but for now, building these guys means we will just be oversupplied on stuff. And the middle route here gonna need a Is that wrong? Whatever, it's good enough for me. Guess this place might be a little bit wider than I expected, but that's all right. Or I miscounted somewhere, but does leave room for what we can do with our like public sector stuff, which isn't too terrible itself. Okay, so over here we'll do the same. It's weird how you can do like this stuff here. Pressing shift and there's this big like radius thing around it. I don't understand. There's 2 inside, then right here. Other 2 and right here. How the food will arrive. These guys are going to require a bunch of stuff. They're going to require access to a casino.
Game saved.
Ain't that just fun? In the tier 1 stuff, we end up putting this in the corners of the square. Does that have the coverage we're looking for? It does. So we'll do that there. And then this one. Luckily, they have similar demands for space. Okay, back to our main island. We can now either build the academy or we can build the building that will give our techs more upgrades. I want to start with the academy. Well, actually, no, we can just go with the Public Information Center. Covers everybody, lets more people move in, and what does this do? Increase tax income for all tech residents. Fire disaster. Increase the living space. We'll start with just the income.
Energy supply inadequate.
Oh, we need more energy here, huh? Well, do I have a thing for you? We'll build 2 of you. Because our next stop is going to be, first off, these guys can all move in now. And the residents are all very happy now. So we should see a huge influx on the researcher side.
Warning. Enemy commencing boarding.
Wait a minute.
What? All systems go. Crew ready. Now that's...
Why are you doing that? I can't shoot that, even though he's stealing goods from me. Okay, well, I'm going to lose a little bit of oil.
Registering failed boarding process.
Strange.
Yours is a treacherous.
I've worked right through the last 2 nights. Sleep is definitely overrated.
So this will probably impact our supply lines for everything we need here with the lab assistance. Wouldn't surprise it if it absolutely hemorrhages our stuff. But man, the money's rolling in. That is very
The co-op
handy.
has grown so much. Would you mind if we spread out? You're right,
Yep.
you know. A patch of nature is way more valuable.
And the question here, though, is then going to become, do we have enough to supply food, drink, and what have you to these guys? So we'll probably be close on some effects, if I had to guess. Like, I think our functional food might struggle, which we can then deal with if it is a concern. Let's see. We'll just sit and watch it for a little bit. I think it's going to go negative. Yeah, functional food's going to run out.
You could make yourself useful.
Alright, we can do the leisure center stuff. That's all cool. Let's get the functional food first. So over here to build functional food, we need just algae. How much algae do we have? We got a ton of algae, so we can build more functional food just out of the box. Requires tools. Let's get some tools. Double our production there, and if that's not enough, it's not enough, but I think it will be fine. Okay, we'll see if that works out. Now our plan is we're going to save up, we're going to build our academy.
Warning. Production halted.
Just ignore all of these. So we're going to get our academy, and we're going to place this down right here. That unlocks some research projects that I'm curious about. In fact, we can build it really soon. Any moment now. There we go. So we have research. Unit research grants licenses. Okay. Oh. Shit. This just boosts different things. Erebos. Maintenance cost. Freighter ship gets more storage, gets more speed. Improves Colossus. What is this? Biosphere generator?
Anyone
I mean, it's
interested
cool.
in a good deal?
We'll look at trench coat in a little bit. So there is fibers here, all Keeper 1.0, just to get their stuff down. Weather control stations can be cheaper. Those are cool. Waste compactors. Love to get that. We do also have a lot of... We do have some stuff. Keeper 1.0. Yeah, a lot of these are good. Then energy generation will be a big thing here. So it says... We don't use coal. We don't have hydro. Wind parks we do have some of. The blueprint here is what we want. We need a generator, a maintenance unit, and an Alwinic anion catalyst. Okay.
Registering decline in overall population health.
Eco balance. There's probably a formula. Huh. Ah, so you can build yourself fertility things. Ore detector proves your ore mines and things. Salt is cheaper. Central statistics, fire detection. These are Spectre-wide things. So all your warehouses in the sector get better. Hit points. Use the turrets. Cool. Well, I don't know. We'll let this just kind of run and we'll come back here when they're not researching it. But I think we're all right on most things. Let's make sure our fish is still trending up. That's the only thing I'm maybe concerned about. Is that supply?
Warning. Fire discovered.
Does look like our function... Oop, Dorado needs a fire station. Does that not cover... It doesn't cover the farthest reaches,
All
but we can
fires
deal with that
extinguished.
eventually. Let's finish building this out here. So research is interesting. We'll need to build access to some of it. I imagine the dam in particular is something I'm very interested in.
The neighbors also think we have it good here.
All right, we'll just make sure these guys generate some income. So we don't need a ton of it. All right, we're going to focus on getting a hydroelectric dam blueprint next. So where do we go from here? Well, there's a disease. Oh, we have a hospital there. Should make it fine.
Clear. Risk of epidemic under control.
Okay, well, next we want to either focus over here. What does Trenchcoat have available?
I know you.
Titanium alloy, fruit, and wind parks are more productive. So am I going to need a titanium alloy for anything I want to do right now?
Registering new underwater raw material deposits.
So hydroelectric, we need generators, maintenance units, alwinic anion catalyst. Okay.
Oh, you.
Let's see if I can get this for anybody.
So, you didn't forget the initiative.
I don't know.
Ah, my budding protege.
Is it maybe like a thing we have to produce? Also, I'm curious about our coffee. Are we out of coffee? We are out of coffee. Reduce coffee here, right? We do. How are you running? You're about to run out, so let's get some coffee. Do 4, 5, and 6. This weird little hole here is going to be annoying. That's fine. Here, maybe? I think we get a little strange, but it works. And I could move things over and make it cleaner. I don't care. We'll just run with that.
New formula.
Really, if I need to, I can move this guy
discovered.
over. Freight Ship Cargo Service Commission. And over here, I can produce generators. So let's see. This thing, the hydroelectric. We need a generator, maintenance unit, and alwinic anion catalyst. How many maintenance units do we need? 3 maintenance units. Five generators. And 1 alwinic anion catalyst. We have fine chemicals. Bet you that's like a rare thing we gotta find. Okay, while we wait for that, is there anything else I want to grab? There's some eco-balance stuff. Keeper. Where are my generators? I'm going to build 2 more of you. Actually, we'll just do 2 generators from here. Need 5 filtration plants. Oh, we're out. Okay, it'll be a matter of time here. In the meantime, I can do something else probably, right? Laboratories have on the sector level is pretty sick here. Need buildings is better. Influence is areas, yes. Needs a control module. Utilities we're used to. Let's look at our energy research here. Just to let it start and generate us some licenses, which we can go and spend on stuff.
How you doing?
We might as well send this guy over here to pick up the stuff from Trenchcoat while it's available. Okay, one thing I want to check is our fish. Our fish is max. We're going to upgrade this to a couple tiers here because we can. And we're going to start off by getting ourselves just access to more stuff. So, first things first, we want to get our gambling den built, right?
Eco balance. Values sinking.
In Dorado. All a little bit on the cheap side.
Oh, man.
Now you just need drink.
You here? And me with no booze in the house.
Well, to get drink, we're going to need to produce liquor. And from our experimentation with our tea, we've seen they needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. So let's get 7 liquor places here. And we'll hope that's enough for our equivalents. I think that makes sense. And we're going to, of course, throw it over here where it's unused.
Fertility values rising.
Oh, you're actually quite small. How many do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 7 of these. Just gonna do. You fit your 3 wide? Shit, you're 4 wide. Well... Easy come, easy go. Just gonna throw you in the gap over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We do a road. For now, we'll just go ahead and upscale. And that should be more than we'll ever need. Hopefully. Okay, so with that, let's start getting us what will be another trade route built. Eventually, once we have the supplies for the cargo liner. So the leisure center is going to be interesting. We'll need to see what that requires to put down. So, leisure center. This requires a lot of goods. Satisfies all building needs upon completion.
Registering new vehicle.
Assume it frees us up to do a bunch of stuff. Alright, here's our cargo liner. We're gonna do a new... So this is our building mats. Okay. Let me do a new one. This is going to be liquor. Actually, I'm just going to call it drank because I can't spell liquor right now. We want to load up liqueur. Come over here. We're going to offload liqueur. Please and thank you. And you get all settled out. Okay. Probably need other stuff eventually, but for now, this is fine. Definitely hospitals will become a need here. Likewise, let's get our second harbor area. And we are just going to throw out...
Module completed.
some of our monitoring stations.
Registering improvement in eco balance.
Eco balance will go up. We'll hang out on the high side here. And our first, I need to assign a ship to this, don't I? This is now going to be the Sea Devil.
Module construction.
Sea Devil comes and
Finalized.
delivers the liquor. Quite like that. That's handy. All right, now do we stay afloat with our functional good transfers? A little bit. How are we doing with our resources for said functional goods? We're out of algae, which is probably a huge part of why it's struggling. Well, let's fix
Warning.
that.
Enemy.
What's up?
We're just gonna grab this.
No returns.
Thor, you are being a jerk right now. Trying to steal my oil.
Registering failed boarding process.
Okay. I'm going to give this over, and I want to just take out some of your construction goods are unused. Which is why we're having terrible... I need to give this over. Let's make sure you just have access to your construction goods. And tools if you need them right now. Sure, we could do some underwater stuff. Like get building materials. Where's our production? Right here's the production of it, right? So if I wanted to do like this. Oh, I need the alloys. Luckily we have some of those saved up. Now, your first thing is going to be farming. That's your priority. Yeah, that'll give us some more raw materials. Then what else can we do? Well, we have black smoker up here. You know, I want to have the underwater
Energy
building
supply
material.
inadequate.
We want to have another energy production thing over here.
Warning. Production breakdown. Registering incident. Laboratory evacuated.
Okay. Gotta keep an eye on our development risk here.
Registering decline in overall population health.
Dorado now has its own health problems. What are they doing over here with the hospitals? Hospitals, I'm putting in the middle. Okay, let's see what the best coverage is for hospitals here then. I feel like right here and yeah, let's do this. Accidentally destroyed a townhome. You hate to see it.
Eco
All right,
balance.
now these guys can now
Values
upgrade.
sinking.
Terrific.
New formula discovered.
Where's my new thing? Mixed oxide use. So where do I see that? Automatic maintenance. Nuclear power plants get
Clear.
cheaper. Okay.
Risk of epidemic under control.
Okay, let's now work on our energy generation, or keep working on the public building stuff.
Module development completed.
Okay.
Warning. Production breakdown.
Here's the question: Are
I'm
your
close to a
demands? Our
breakthrough
food
in
is
my
still
research,
behind,
at
which is
last.
what we have to really just get a handle on. Everything else is fine. We're still running low because we don't have all the kelp. Let's get more kelp. Not the most scenic buildings, I will say. Okay. A lot of opportunities to extract oil, though. Also go ahead and ditch the trade for this good. Gonna make sure you always have a stockpile of carbon, since we don't feel like we're gonna use a lot of it. And it's something we produce in ample amounts.
Gotta be moving on. See you around.
Make sure you guys
sometime.
kick back up to productivity here. You're running. You're running. You're starting to run.
Construction opportunities expanded.
Okay, we now have access to the Tycoon shipyards. Concrete and convenience food. The concrete takes limestone and sand. Weapons we have already. Convenience food takes cattle, which is easy, and then vegetables, which you can produce on this plant.
Prototype development completed.
Got more storage options, and they also have waste compactors,
Prototype development completed.
which is the inverse of what the eco have. So it improves eco balance by waste reduction. Interesting. Okay, let's just keep an eye on these guys. So over here, you're all running at productivity now. Pretty sure you are.
Warning. Production breakdown.
So I got an achievement for staying underwater for 10 minutes, which is fun. Alright, let's throw another one here just to be safe. I want to give it space to build here, since it's going to be a little bit tight. Yeah, very tight. Just doesn't fit, huh?
The organization can't afford to be weak where our opponents are concerned.
Game saved.
Can't get past her to build a different one. We're gonna
Somehow
decline that.
you turned out.
There's a lot of open space over here I could be using, but I want to just keep it all by our current setup here. And then the question becomes, is this enough to keep up with our demand? I want to see both these numbers going up, and that's what I'm concerned about. Sugar beets is also struggling, which we produce over here. So you're our sugar beet plantation. Let's get another one of you. Requires access to basalt, huh? But we're gonna come and snatch some from here since they produce a ton of it.
Alert.
You're only doing that to provoke me.
According to the media reports, children should also
Drink is
receive
still-
scientific training. The sooner the better.
You certainly seize every opportunity.
Okay. Let's go and do one of you. Actually, gotta ditch the stuff that we picked up. One of you. We'll throw it over here. Just try to fit this stuff like in the area. Ah, whatever.
Registering
Make it work.
decrease in crime.
We'll get a second one here. This guy really is throwing it off a lot. Could just get rid of him and move him to... Let's get rid of him and move him to a better spot. I'll just run it like normal.
Warning. Production breakdown.
Wish it didn't say production breakdown every time one of your things like caps out. Like, to me, that's not a breakdown, you know? How much are you requiring? You need more tools. Tycoons are all advancing. So we're gonna need food, lifestyle, and information. Your information, what does that take? Oil. Which we ain't got none. But luckily we have our extractor over here.
New prototype developed.
Maybe it's time we get a second oil extractor again. Need tools.
Registering new underwater raw material deposits.
Okay, it's copper. Don't want copper though. I need access to your... Like how it's called, kelp forest. Need the manganese.
Warning. Production halted.
Yeah, I don't know how these black smokers are supposed to work. Like, do we need to... Are we gonna have enough goods production? So I can't really tell. Hope we do.
There are good days and bad, just like anywhere else.
So you just need to have access to cameras. The cameras are the manganese and the diamonds. And we don't have diamonds here. We have diamonds over here. These work here? Bet you these do. Oh yeah, these do work down here. Well, in that case, you're not picked up. Oh, you can't be picked up because of how things are spitting here. There you go. I know I'm splitting my attention span here, but let's try to get our manganese stuff set up for the underwater buildings. Because it's good. So I could get copper from this if I really wanted to. Like the range on these is kind of terrible. Let's start with like 2 of you. One more raw resource. There you go. We're gonna throw out, we're gonna need more energy. But I want to get the production plant. It's gonna go with these. Let's see if they are working 1-to-1 ratios. I have no clue. We're also gonna need a power plant too, which I can sneak in along these lines. I will come back to that once they start building up. We'll just stockpile some resources. I want to come back to here. Are we still looking at a shortage of our... We are. Yeah, what's the shortage of then? Stockpiling algae, so we'll probably need another
Anyone need anything?
algae thing.
Energy supply inadequate.
Yeah, we do need the energy too, don't we? Okay, well, let's get the energy next. This place is going to be packed with shit, which is fine. It just means we're using things space efficient. at least as space efficient as we can be. That probably means we're going to run low on algae again. I'm going to have to make another algae plant. Which is fine. Let's just run this line over here. Let that accrue. Okay, and we're over time. So I'm going to cut this here. We will come back and focus on probably getting our guys up here satiated. They're going to have a couple needs. Looks like we're going to unlock the need for service bots is the last tier they'll need, which is going to be interesting. Because that requires underwater production, which we'll have to figure out, but shouldn't be too much of a concern. The main thing is we're going to be unlocking our river sewage treatment plant, which sounds amazing. And we'll have our solar generator, which is a great way to produce power. And it might be more efficient than our other stuff. I don't know. We also need to meet the demands of our researchers here, since we've
scientific training.
upped the numbers so
The sooner the
much.
better.
It's a given that we're going to see some struggling there. And then, of course, we're going to build out the tycoon settlement over here more, which shouldn't be too hard because we have the supply to get our demand finished here. We can probably do... We have vegetables here, so we can get their burgers, and the other stuff should just be raw resources. Right? That requires oil. We have oil on the other side. We just need to get the supply chain built. And we'll need to also get the limestone and sand, which you have the sand. Yeah, you think you have limestone. Yeah, so we can do that all here. And then finally, this requires vegetables, which we do have. So I can do all that right now and get them to the next tier.
I gotta meet a couple of my colleagues at the bar.
Which sounds good. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.